That's what I grew up with. So I have a real affinity for 70s soul and rock and blues. I mean, even like Starsky and Hutch, who came around the same time, or it's been, that I think that era, of the 70s and the 60s, where some of the foundation of some of the music that we have today was created, touches a chord in the audience and even in the new audience, as well as those people who lived through it.
And we talked last time you came into the studio about your breadth of experience over the years. You own a couple of companies of your own. You started acting at a very early age, didn't you? And in fact came over to the West End at quite an early age for you as well.
Yeah, it was. I think I was about 17 or 18 years old. I had just barely got out of high school, and I got the fortunate experience of being able to tour with a play that was going all over Europe and even to the Middle East. We went to Israel and then ended up at the Edinburgh Festival, where Brian Epstein, who was managing the legendary Beatles, his representative saw the show, brought it down to the West End. So around 1966, or at least a year before Brian Epstein passed, I was doing a show produced by Brian Epstein on the West End, and that was a really wonderful time to be in London, and as you know, and it was just a great experience for me. To be in this business and still around is quite special.
Well, of all the things that you've done, of course, we talked about the movies and Starsky and Hutch and so on, and a lot of people in that position would almost turn their back on theatre, but you obviously still love it, don't you?
Theatre is the well where it all starts from. Young people today are fortunate that they can bypass theatre and just jump into the electronic age of television and video and all that, but I think I was very fortunate to be trained from a theater perspective, and then added the techniques of film and television to that. And I do love the spontaneity of live theater. And then when you add music to it, like the Blues Brothers or any musical, I think that's a total package when you can have a bit of drama or comedy with music with an audience. It's a feeling it's hard to describe, the satisfaction you get out of the daily challenge of doing it every night, and it's fresh.
It's still being repeated over here on cable channels. It's never really stopped running in the States. Starsky and Hutch is as big as ever.
It's amazing, and now they're talking about doing a movie. I think Ben Stiller is going to do Starsky and somebody else, and I hear that they have a tentative offer out to Snoop Doggy Dogg to play my part, and which should be interesting. And time marches on, but at the same time, television history, particularly the history that people like, has a tendency to stick around, and Starsky and Hutch is one of those things that people seem to always have fond memories of when it comes on. And television is a business, and people watch it. So that means somebody's making money somewhere, and we're reaping some of the benefits of that nostalgia.